Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. In today's video, we have the new fastest way to level up inside of Fortnite. I think this is the fastest way to level up, and I think it will remain the fastest way to level up throughout this series. If you guys would like to watch the first and second episode of this series, I go to Lazy Lake and also Craggy Cliffs. I land there for 1 hour, and I try to gather as much XP within that hour. And in today's video, I ended up going to Steamy Stacks, where I'll already spoil it for you. I got the most XP in an hour compared to either of those locations. I think there is potential for me to get more XP, maybe going to like Misty Meadows or maybe like Weather Station Camp Cod. But for now, this is the best we got. For this series, I have a few different questions that I want to answer for you guys so you can understand this location a little bit better before you go grind here. The first question is, how many people land there? And I give it a score 1 out of 10. 1 being every single person in the lobby drops there, and 10 being almost nobody drops there. I have to give this one a 9 out of 10. There rarely are people. I ended up dying once off spawn, but that's it. I did have a teammate drop here for I think 1 game, maybe 2 games, but they didn't really steal any loot from me except for 1. So I would say 8 out of the 10 games, there was nobody there. There was nobody in sight. For the bus route, I have to give it a 5 out of 10. Yes, it is very far away sometimes, but other times, you know, you get a hot drop right on it. I feel like there really isn't any in between. It's either super far away or it's just right there. Would I recommend people loot here for XP? I have to give it a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend you go here. Even if you're a bad player, it really doesn't matter. You don't have to be a good player to use this method. You're almost never going to get into a fight over here because basically nobody lands here. And even if 1 out of 10 games someone ends up dropping there and kills you, hey, that's what happened to me. Did I like this method? Another 10 out of 10. I love this, guys. You really have to try it. Did I get lucky or unlucky while recording? I would definitely say I got pretty lucky. I thought maybe a few more of my teammates would drop there, but I really didn't have that happen that much. Maybe if I were to record this again and play another 10 games, then you know what? Maybe more people would land there and steal loot. And maybe because I'm recording this video, a few more players end up going there in your lobby. Maybe one every 10 games, but still, it makes a difference. I really doubt that though, because how many of you people actually use this? Make sure to tell me in the comments. Before we get into the stats, guys, make sure to use my code COBESMIND if you guys have watched this far, and also drop a sub. Thank you to everyone who uses it. All right, guys, let's get into the stats. For my first game, it took me 5 minutes and 9 seconds. I ended up getting 5,590 XP. And you will notice I really don't get much XP other than chests and ammo boxes. That's it. The only other XP I believe I got, I don't even think I got a kill, was the new storm circle, which is 140 XP. You're gonna have to be in the game for I believe about 5 minutes in order to get that. It's definitely not worth staying in the game to get the extra 140 XP if it's like a minute away. But if you're 4 minutes and 50 seconds into the game and you want to wait 10 more seconds, even though you're done looting, just to get the 140 XP, it might be worth it. For game 2, it took me 6 minutes and 17 seconds for 4,925 XP. In game 3, it took me 6 minutes and 32 seconds for 5,350 XP. In game 4, it took me 6 minutes and 30 seconds for 5,730 XP. Unlike in my first 2, whether that be Lazy Lake or Craggy Cliffs, I feel like all of the XP I got was pretty consistent. It was around 4,800 to 5,700 per game every game. And the reason why that is because there aren't people dropping there and you're able to loot it fully almost every game. So the increase in XP for this game was because I got the new storm circle and I also got a few extra ammo box spawns. In game 5, my longest game, it took me 7 minutes and 2 seconds. I ended up getting 5,635 XP. In game 6, it took me 5 minutes and 40 seconds. I only got 4,000 4,560 XP. In game 7, it took me 3 minutes and 17 seconds. This is when I died off spawn, but I still got 3 chests and 2 ammo boxes for 580 XP. In game 8, it took me 6 minutes and 19 seconds for 5,590 XP. In game 9, it took me 6 minutes and 38 seconds for 5,210 XP. In game 10, my final game, it took me 6 minutes and 36 seconds to get 4,745 XP. The reason why I got a little bit less XP for this game is because there was someone on my team who dropped there. They didn't end up opening all that many ammo boxes and chests. From the looks of it, I still got 23 chests. Typically, I would get 24, so they must have only opened up 1 chest, I guess. So in total, for how much XP I got in this hour, I got 47,915. The second most XP from an hour was Lazy Lake, where I got 46,485 XP. And then at Craggy Cliffs, I got 39,320 XP. This is pretty surprising to me. I thought I would have gotten a lot more XP at Steamy Stacks compared to Lazy Lake, but I guess Lazy Lake is a lot better than I was anticipating. And even Craggy Cliffs, only like 8,000 XP difference, a little bit less than that. That doesn't seem like a ton in an hour. Obviously, Steamy Stacks is very consistent though, and that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. I'll mention a little bit more about that later on. So the average XP per game was 4,791. The average XP per game without the early death was 5,259. And then the average time per game was about 6 minutes, and the average time per game without the early death was about 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And then finally, the final stat we have is the total time out of the game. And what I mean by that is from the time I leave one game to the time I land in the next game. That is all time you're not looting up, and I like to take account of that. I don't know if you guys care for it as much as I do, but that was 18 minutes and 30 seconds out of the game, out of the grind. I've got to say, guys, that this strategy is definitely one of my favorites, and I have recorded XP tutorial videos on this before in prior seasons. The reason why I'm doing this series in Team Rumble is because bot lobbies are just not working like they used to. And not only are bot lobbies not working like they used to because of quick challenges, because we only get 3 a game and they're super annoying, but also there isn't 100% chest spawn rate in bot lobbies and regular lobbies. So that definitely is one of the reasons why I feel like bot lobbies and regular lobbies just are pretty useless for XP. If you really want to grind out XP, do not play those and end up playing one of these, whether that be Craggy Cliffs, Lazy Lake, or Steamy Stacks. The final thing I wanted to say about Steamy Stacks is, guys, go here. If you're going to grind out XP, definitely do it. There aren't many people here nearly ever, and even if there are, that is completely fine. You can load into the next game if you end up dying, but even if your teammates drop there, they don't really end up looting all that many chests. I really don't understand the point of landing at Steamy Stacks, not looting any chests, and then going away, but hey, that's what most people do, I guess. I really wanted to know if you guys would like to see me record a video comparing the Team Rumble strategy, whatever it may be. I would probably just use Steamy Stacks since it's the most recent and since I know it's a great one. But I would like to compare XP from creative, literally not even playing the game, to something like Steamy Stacks. The amount of effort and time you have to put into grinding XP, it might not be worth it to even grind this season when you compare it to something like creative. But I definitely wanted to add this in just to sort of hear what you guys have to say about it, because let's say you get 10,000 XP more for grinding Steamy Stacks. Well, maybe it's not worth it because at the end of the day, you're putting in so much effort for barely any more XP compared to creative, where you put no effort in. Make sure to tell me in the comments section which location you would like to see next. I really want to do Misty Meadows, but I might save that one for a little bit since we just did Steamy Stacks, which I knew was going to be a great location. But if you guys have any recommendations for what I should do next, make sure to leave it in the comments section. And I know, guys, I said I wouldn't do Camp COD until all of the POIs are done, but I may do it a little bit earlier than anticipated. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I hope you guys found it somewhat informative. Make sure to use my code COBESMIND in the item shop, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.